following bantamweight bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Max Tucker.
My name is Max Tucker. My hometown is Redondo Beach, California. I am fighting out of Costa Mesa, California at Arutyunyan Sport, and I am 1-0. I think the point at which I decided I would want to be a fighter during the self-defense class is the point at which I was allowed to punch someone and not get in trouble for it. It is quite fun. I recommend most other people try it out. I've been locked in about a dozen years, actually dropped out of high school, did online school so I could train with professionals. And that's what I did instead of my normal high school. I would like to get 4 fights this year, amateur, if at all possible, so I could get 5 amateur fights. And then I would like to talk to my coach and see when he thinks we should go pro. I trust the word of my coach very strongly. Coaches a lot of guys in the UFC, high-level guys, so I trust him when he says I'm gonna go pro. I would say my striking is a very big strength, also been wrestling for a long time. My jiu-jitsu as well is very tricky. So overall, I think my creativity is pretty hard to match even in the professional circuit as well. My name is Max Tucker, and I'm up next.
Set for action, 135 pounds, 3 2-minute rounds coming your way in the up next division. Max Tucker making his way to the cage for the second time in his young career. Comes in a perfect, undefeated 1-0, looking to stay that way.
Max Tucker coming out to a great song here. Mama tried, and Max Tucker is sure gonna do that inside the cage tonight. Fighting out of Arutyunyan Sport. You know, he's got a lot of experience in his corner. Jason Perillo, you see there, UFC veteran Chito Vera. Cannot wait to, and we got, Todd, you and I had an interesting elevator ride with Max Tucker's mother coming down from the hotel this evening. His favorite fighter, no surprise, is Chito Vera. His strengths, keeping distance, using speed, and being creative. This guy is an absolute beast at range. His interest outside of MMA, stand-up comedy and eating, Todd, that's something right up your alley.
Yeah, sure is. And let me tell you, Max Tucker's mom is a character in her own right, said, you guys better say some nice things about my boy. And things going well for Tucker so far, undefeated. And we take a look at the keys to victory for Max Tucker.
He's got to maintain his range, utilize that length, utilize his boxing pedigree. He fights under Jason Perillo. You know, don't over pursue the KO, stay composed. Cannot wait to see this guy fight.
Now let's meet his opponent.
My name is BRYCE OLIVAS. I'm 0-1 and I fight out of Fight Science MMA. I really got into it through like Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, honestly. I was a very emotional kid and I was always ready to fight, but I had a bunch of friends who were not. Anytime there was like a problem at school, I would like get into a fight. Never just full-on fights, you know, but schoolhouse stuff. You know, I don't know much about my opponent. He has an impressive first win by a flying triangle. Finished it in under a minute. I watched that clip a few times and I can't tell. To me, it looked like something that his opponent should have been able to get out of, but I don't know what kind of controls he had. It was an awkward angle for the camera placement. I would just want to be smashing. I just want to be inflicting pain the whole time. That's really what I'm here to do. Whatever he's comfortable doing, I want to make him uncomfortable in that spot. So I actually had like a specific incident that made me want to fight competitively. I had like an anxiety attack. I got through it by getting into MMA. And all I could think of was that I wanted to do that. And I wanted to not be someone who wasn't ready to struggle. I'm BRYCE OLIVAS and I'm up next.
BRYCE OLIVAS comes in with an opposite record of his opposition, Max Tucker. Sweet Tooth coming in 0-1, but it was a very tough loss and very questionable decision loss to Emmanuel Garcia Canseco. Olivas, for our money, took down Canseco throughout the fight, almost at will, was certainly the aggressor, but judges did not see it that way. And you got to think that Sweet Tooth BRYCE OLIVAS not going to want to leave it in the hands of the judges this time out.
No, you never want to leave it in the hands of the judges. Nobody knows what can happen when these folks start adding those 10s and 9s. So BRYCE Olivas has got to paint a bloody canvas if he wants to walk away with this victory. He's got to look for the finish, but he's going to have to break down the range of his lengthy opponent in order to do so. We'll see if he can score with some of those beautiful takedowns like you mentioned, and see if he can shorten the longer fighter by bringing him down to the mat and grinding him down.
Two young fighters, each with only one fight under their belts. We'll see who scores the win here in the Rising Stars division. Here to set the stage, Adnan Qureshi.
The following bantamweight bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds and is sponsored by Safe Pharmacy. When the bell rings, your men in charge, Ryan Spink, and your judges at ringside, Don Howard, Jackie Dinkin, and Felicia O. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, from Redondo Beach, California, representing RVCA Sport, standing 6 foot tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. He comes in with an MMA record of 1-0, Max Tucker! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, from Hacienda Heights, California, representing Fight Science, standing 5 foot 6 inches tall, weighing in at 134 pounds. He comes in with a mixed martial arts record of 0-1. This is BRYCE Sweet Tooth Olivas!
Stage is set for this Rising Stars battle at 135 pounds. There you get a good look at BRYCE Olivas, 0-1. But as we have documented, that was a very controversial loss by split decision, one in which Olivas had taken his opponent down many times. And let's take a look at how these two match up with the tail of the tape. Two young fighters on opposite ends of the win column thus far.
Yeah, and the tail of the tape, it's all about the reach of Max Tucker, man. If BRYCE Olivas can break it down, he can score with those takedowns, but he's got to find his way inside the long range. Ooh, beautiful question mark kick.
Wow, look at these strikes early by Max Tucker. And
another beautiful question mark kick. Wow.
Tucker is an exciting fighter. His first fight, he was able to finish in 38 seconds with a flying triangle, so certainly some style points. And on the flip side, Tucker got in the face of Olivas there during the announcements, and Olivas not sweating him whatsoever. And we'll see if BRYCE Olivas can change levels and use those takedowns. He's getting clipped though right now, Jonathan.
Yeah, BRYCE Olivas is just painting bloody canvas already. He's clipping Olivas, Tucker is, with those long punches, those question mark kicks. Olivas is having a hard, now he gets in on a takedown. Beautiful job by BRYCE Olivas to bring the fight to the mat, Todd.
Sweet Tooth wasn't eating candy, he was eating some nasty shots, but was able to change the venue here and get this thing on the ground. Did BRYCE Olivas. That's where he found much success in his first fight and takes away some of the advantages that Max Tucker has. I mean, Tucker is 4 inches taller. You got to think that definitely translates to reach as well, but you're all the same size when you're horizontal.
Yeah, you know what? You can't teach reach, but it's really hard to be long when you're on your back. So good job by BRYCE Olivas to chop down a tree. Nice up kick from Max Tucker.
Tucker's dangerous everywhere, and again, his first victory was by flying triangle. They're back to their feet. Certainly seems to favor Tucker when it's a striking affair. See if Olivas maybe tries to get another takedown.
You know, it's worth mentioning that both of these guys are wearing shin guards, so that's perhaps one of the reasons you're not seeing the effects of those question mark kicks.
A little showmanship there by Max Tucker. Not sure if his mom's going to be proud of that one, but it cost him. It allowed Olivas to score that takedown late in the round and maybe even things up a bit.
Don't worry, it's fake. That's a good. Fake bomb. That's good. Fake class.
Oh, I'll do it. I swear on my mother's grave.
Fake threat. Fake dead guy. Fakes like those don't scare me. But fake meds, that's a different story. Verify your meds with Safe Pharmacy. Protect those you love from bad meds.
Great striking by Tucker, a couple big takedowns by Sweet Tooth BRYCE Olivas. How do you see it after one?
You know, the takedowns for Olivas were nice, but he didn't do enough with them. Max Tucker won the first round with the first minute of the first round with beautiful strikes. He caught the chin of Olivas a few times and I'm giving the round to him because of effective striking. 10-9 for Max Tucker.
There you have it. You got to think that Olivas wants a victory so badly after that questionable loss last time, but a good start for Max Tucker, who certainly has no shortage in the confidence department. You can see him postured a little bit late in the round, but it might have cost him with that takedown, giving that up. But I mean, this guy, Max Tucker, for somebody with one fight under his belt, this is his second battle. He's got a lot of moxie, a lot of swagger.
He's got crisp striking.
It's only showboating if you can't back it up, and thus far, Tucker has been able to do that. As you can see, we're getting set for round 2 in style here at Up Next Fighting. Bell Sound, second 2-minute round coming your way. These things fly by in the Rising Stars division, don't they, partner?
Yeah, they do. Beautiful 1-2 from Max Tucker to start the round. Olivas a little less aggressive here. Looking to counter the striking of Tucker and get the takedown, which he's able to do. Beautiful job by BRYCE OLIVAS.
And Olivas mentioned when we had a chance to catch up with him that he was sick much of his camp. And that might have taken a little out of that gas tank, a little bit out of his training, but he says he's feeling good now. And look out here, he's got Tucker tied up. See if he can do something with it.
Tucker doing a good job of sweeping here. The legs. That's an illegal kick.
Yes. To a grounded opponent, the referee there admonishing and is going to allow the action to continue. Now, tell us about that foul there, Jonathan. Was it because the knee was down there?
Yeah,
Tucker?
Max Tucker was grounded at the time, and you know, a lot of these guys flirt with grounding and popping back up, but his knee was firmly in the mat, so that up kick was definitely an illegal shot, but Tucker seemed to eat it well.
And I don't think Tucker wanted to be given that time, as fighters often are, to recover. Tucker wants to keep the pedal to the metal. Tucker doesn't want to give up the momentum that he's had going thus far in the fight. He keeps to press the action, literally here.
Yeah, I'd like to see him create a little bit of space here and get back to his feet, because he does his best work on his feet.
Coming up on 25 seconds to go here in round 2. Ground and pound by Tucker. Leg strength by Sweet Tooth to get back to a vertical base. And now we might see just how much that up kick might have rocked Tucker as he gets taken down by BRYCE OLIVAS.
BRYCE OLIVAS doing a great job of bringing this fight to the mat, controlling Max Tucker in the second round here. Tucker doing a great job to get back to his feet, but not a lot of time left in the round.
An entertaining round number 2 comes to a close.
Don't worry. It's fake. That's a fake bomb. That's good. Fake class.
Oh, I'll do it. I swear on my mother's grave.
Fake threat. Fake dead guy. Fakes like those don't scare me. But fake meds, that's a different story. Verify your meds with Safe.Pharmacy. Protect those you love from bad meds.
Your thoughts after the second stanza?
I gave that round to BRYCE OLIVAS with the dominant takedowns. Max Tucker had a hard time getting back up to his feet, but
let's take a look back at that shot on the ground by BRYCE OLIVAS, deemed illegal. And you can see slipping out, and there's the up kick there by OLIVAS, and the knee was down there of Max Tucker.
Yeah, you see Tucker immediately protesting the referee. Ryan Spink stopping the action for a moment to admonish OLIVAS, but he did a great job in that round, Todd, and I gave him the round, so it's 1-1 on my scorecard. It all comes down to this.
But again, OLIVAS then did score a late takedown, and you got to wonder how much that up kick, because it was flush. A foul, yes. Beautiful cage girls of Up Next Fighting. Third and final round. Takedown again, and that has been the primary weapon throughout his 2 fights of BRYCE OLIVAS. Getting him down is one thing, keeping him down, doing something with it is another. What can Sweet Tooth do to take advantage of this position?
He's got to create a little bit of space and start raining down some big shots from the dominant position. OLIVAS doing a good job of getting to the fight to the mat, but not doing enough once the fight gets there.
has been the case, and you can see that Max Tucker has the right arm seized, or did momentarily there, of BRYCE Olivas. Got to be careful that Tucker doesn't grab the cage.
Olivas doing a good job of rotating the hips of Tucker away from the cage, preventing him from wall walking back to his feet. And he's got to watch out. Those legs are like springs, Todd.
Oh, they sure are. But Olivas does have him stacked up at the time, but you know, he's been slow to get anything going. And he's got to let the hands fly here. You got to believe that he's down 2 rounds. There you see the spring in the legs that you mentioned, right on cue there, Jonathan.
Yeah, I was looking for him to bury that heel into the hip of Olivas and then push him away, and that's exactly what he did to get back to his feet.
Under a minute to go now here in the 3rd and final round. Some volume striking there and looking for the takedown again. Is Olivas stuffed nicely this time by Tucker. Saw coming, it was telegraphed.
30 seconds left in the fight. It's whoever wants it more, Todd.
Oh, what a body kick there. Echoing off the walls at Commerce Casino. Nasty shot by Tucker.
Tucker touching the liver of Olivas there. But those shin guards really soaking up a lot of the punishment that those blows normally deliver. Oh, jumping front kick.
Confidence
and
on
a left-right combination as well.
Confidence on display there by Tucker. Looking for some style points late, and a solid performance throughout for Tucker.
Very, very, very tough round for Max Tucker. Great job by BRYCE Olivas to score with the takedowns, but late in the frame, Max Tucker coming back to his feet, landing some big shots.
Wow. Right, and this one will go to the judges' scorecards, and yes, again, more great takedowns, and that's been the story in both of his fights for BRYCE Olivas, but in both fights he might find himself on the losing end of things, because he scores the takedown, yes, but he has not quite mastered capitalizing on those takedowns, at least not yet early in his career. So we take a look now at John's unofficial scorecard. John King scores it. Take us through how you saw it.
Yeah, I think Olivas, I think Tucker left his wallet on the table and Olivas walked away with it. 29-28. I have the last 2 rounds going for Olivas. Let's see if the judges agree.
Wow. All right, we will see. Again, Tucker at times maybe was his own worst enemy by getting overconfident and opening that door. And it'll be interesting to see how the judges have it. And if that is the case, again, your scorecard unofficial, what a comeback that would have been for Max Tucker. But there's 3 judges sitting at ringside that might have seen it differently, and that's what remains to be seen. Max Tucker, though, a lot on the line for these two. Tucker looking to remain undefeated, and Olivas looking for the first victory of his career to even his record out, that 500 mark of one-on-one. Something's got to give. Only one's going to take home the victory. And we're only moments from finding out who it's gonna be. We saw some great sportsmanship by both. Who's gonna take home the victory? We shall see. No matter how you slice it, though, Jonathan, great action in the Rising Stars division. Another battle that it goes the distance. How important is banking rounds and learning from them at this young in their careers?
It means everything, Todd. Experience in the cage is what's going to bring you to the next level, but how about the matchmaking so far from these amateur fights?
All right, here to make it all official, cage announcer Adnan Qureshi.
Ladies and gentlemen, judges Don Howard and Jackie Denkin scored this bout 30-27, while Felicia O scored this bout 29-28, all in favor for your winner via unanimous decision. Fighting out of the blue corner, Max Tucker!
Wow, Tucker picks up a beautiful win, Todd.
Yeah, I think the striking was the difference maker there. It was effective for Tucker. Olivas got the takedowns, couldn't do much with him. And the Schmo standing by to get a word with the winner.
Gentlemen, I am here with your winner, now 2-0, Max Tucker. Max, when it went to the judges' scorecard, how confident were you were going to be the one getting your hand raised?
I won that shit 100%. I did all the damage during the fight. He got me with a couple slick takedowns. I told him in the middle of the first, hey, motherfucker, you have a good-ass chin. He said, maybe you just don't hit that hard.
Your striking was certainly on point. He wasn't able to do anything with those takedowns. Where do you credit all the success to? You have some great people in your corner. Coach Jason Perillo, top UFC bantamweight Chito Vera, training over at the Ruka facility.
I got Jason Perillo, Chito Vera, Luke Rockhold, Wyatt, Pat, thank you guys so much for this as well. Elijah. These motherfuckers have the biggest balls in the sport. I got some sick motherfucking drug addicts in the crowd for me right now. I appreciate you all.
How soon would you like to return inside the cage?
Pretty soon. Definitely not as long as the last time. But Bryce a tough motherfucker. I came in here, I knew I was better everywhere, but Jesus fucking Christ. That motherfucker could take a shot. I don't know how many people could take 80 fucking kicks in a row and still keep walking and smiling. Fuck you.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Max Tucker!